Or do you want?
Back for the Christmas edition. But for context, I know you guys have missed us. Is our absence has been due to one person who has been unable, but now is able. So we are. So yes, so we are
Well,
back now active.
that absence can also be alluded to some people losing left, right, center, drawing, not making any. But it's
No,
okay. We'll
no,
let
no,
it
but
slide.
some people marginally making it. Marginally. When we talk about marginally, then if not for lacrosse, it would have been a different we're having a different discussion today.
Okay, that's good. We keep hoping for the many more lacrosses of this world.
If not for the lacrosse, we'll have a different discussion today. But
Yeah,
anyway, guys.
I was thinking you will be talking if not for Rogers. We'll be having a different discussion, but it's okay. We can still talk about lacrosse.
No, no, no. I'm just talking in general. I'm welcoming people to tell them,
Yes, yes, it's the same thing I'm
what,
doing. We are both
what,
welcoming our fans, our lovers.
welcome
Merry
to.
Christmas, folks. We
Yes,
love you guys.
is a jolly good season. It's a jolly good season. Everyone is happy. Everyone is smiling. Football doesn't end.
I'm not sure the smile is genuine with some people, but
No.
okay.
Absolute genuine. Absolutely genuine.
Why are you defending? You are so very defensive.
No. Yes, because they're trying to refer, but this is absolutely and 100% genuine smile.
Guys, if you notice, some people are very defensive. When we say little things like the smile might not be genuine with some people, some people are on top of the league table, they're into the semi-final of the Carabao Cup, topping Champions League, it's a fantastic season,
Yes,
so yeah.
it's a whole lot is going on. A whole lot, and we'll be here to break it down to the best of our ability. But but there's no better place to start up than for you to catch us up on your team. You just won the EFL Cup. How are you feeling on penalties and the remaining teams? We got Man City, we got
Newcastle,
and
Chelsea.
Chelsea. I think
Yes,
that's the four.
that's
Oh,
it.
that's it.
That's it.
That's the
That's the
four.
four.
That's the four.
And it's I think it's 2 legs.
Yeah, it's I still don't. It's where you play home and away, but
Yeah.
um I think it's the same stadium you play. It's not necessarily your house. No.
No,
I
it's your
can't
house.
remember.
It's your house.
It's
It's
your
your
house.
house. Two
Okay,
legs.
2 legs.
2 legs.
But
Remember,
yeah,
I think it was Newcastle that beat us last season in the semi-final, also quarterfinal, semi-final on
so
two
so
legs.
so which draw are you hoping for?
No, it's already drawn. It's us versus Chelsea. It's
But
Newcastle
oh,
versus Man City. Yes, that's
whoa.
where we're going to.
Whatever I'm doing, I have to watch that game because it's
Yeah,
going to be hot.
those are two good games, by the way. The draw
No,
is
they are two good games, two very good games, and
yeah.
I think everybody. I don't know Newcastle don't have anyone in Afcon. Man City doesn't really have anyone. Okay, they have Mamouche in Afcon.
It doesn't count. Don't worry about him.
But yeah, I think that's a good point. I think we can literally talk about the four teams,
Yes.
and I know no one is to be honest. Out of all the four teams, I don't think any of them is really looking at the EFL Cup as a trophy that we're gonna be like, hey,
Oh no.
this.
Some are. Arsenal and Newcastle should be
What,
looking at.
Newcastle is the current champion.
Yes, Arsenal, Newcastle should still be looking at it as an opportunity to win something, in my
Okay.
opinion. Because if you to be objective, if you look at the past few years, right?
Yes.
Arsenal, for instance, we've missed out on a few opportunities,
So
right?
many.
And one of the things you need to start to do is for you to get into that winning habit, right?
Yes.
Winning trophies,
Is
getting
to
to
build.
finals and
Is to
winning
start
it.
from somewhere.
You have to start from somewhere, right? So, in my opinion, it's an opportunity. The FA Cup is an opportunity. This is an opportunity.
Yes.
And then you can begin to look at the big boys like EPL and look at the big boys like Champions League. The game yesterday, right?
Yes.
It was one of those games against Crystal Palace that a few years back we would dominate that kind of game and lose woefully.
Mm.
The first half, after the first 45 minutes, I actually thought we would lose that game.
Hmm.
It felt like one of those days. The goalkeeper turned into a mix of Buffon, Schmeichel,
That is Henderson for you.
Van der Sar. No, it wasn't Anderson. It was Benitez.
Okay, Benitez. Okay.
It was their second goalie. He saved everything thrown at him. Everything thrown at him. And we dominated to the extent at the end of the first half. I think we had 79% possession. It wasn't just possession.
It wasn't just yes.
Check the stats. We had 25 shots, 7 on target, 4 big chances created, 4 big chances missed. We had 449 passes. They got to 169 passes because of the second half, when we're not as dominant as the first half. We're extremely. In fact, let me look for the first half data alone. We had 79%, they had 21%.
Yeah.
We had 12 shots, they had 2. 4 on target for us, 0. 3 on big chances, 0 for them. 3 big chances missed. We had 267 accurate passes. They had 51. For you to understand how dominant it was. It was a dominant performance. We had 4 corners. The goalkeeper saved everything thrown at him. And after the first half, I started telling myself that this is one of those things.
Is that weak? but to be fair, Newcastle actually a very good side. I would say Crystal Palace. They're actually a very decent side. The only challenge I have with them is when it matters the most. You see, like today, they will lose to that game. So they always have this. Honestly, generally they're a good team.
But they were consistent last season. They won a trophy last season, right?
Yes, they won the European trophy conference.
Yeah, they won the trophy. They were pretty consistent.
Yeah, but it's also you can be consistent, but also it has its challenge because they don't have a big squad depth.
Yeah, I feel
and they don't have a prolific striker.
Sa was missing yesterday for them. If he played that game yesterday, we would probably lose that game.
If they had Eze on their side,
and Sa, we would probably lose that game yesterday because you needed Martinelli turned into prime Ronaldinho yesterday. Out of nowhere, they had to take out their right fullback, their right wing back for him. He dominated him, and you could imagine after all the dominance, we scored with an own goal. That's what we scored with, and immediately we scored. I knew we were going to get equalized on because we're still not as dominant anymore, and they equalized. But I have to give kudos to both teams. Okay, before I move on to the 4 remaining in competition, I have to give kudos to both teams. The penalty kicks were absolutely amazing. Both teams. I think he ended up 8-7.
Yeah, 8-7. It was the defender Lacroix that.
Lacroix. It was the same one that gave us the free goal. That still was a penalty. Yeah. So
I would not say what I think it is, but we'll just let it slide. We'll let it slide.
Anyway, so for the semi-finals, I think it's going to be a good one. Let's start with Newcastle City. In my mind, Newcastle City, if Newcastle takes care of City properly, I don't see Newcastle winning that leg because the problem is Newcastle, when they play City, they are not as aggressive. Have you noticed?
So Newcastle are very. If I'm someone that bets, I can't bet on Newcastle
I can't. Not
because
generally. Hold on. Not generally. Against City,
no,
that
no, not
aggression they put out against Arsenal and
no,
some
no.
of the other top six sides when
So
they
not
play City is not the same.
so not even against the top six. There's something I noticed about them is that the moment you're able to go at them, they like there've been some fixtures. Like ideally, if you look at some of the points they drop, you should actually think that Newcastle should be in the top four right now. Anytime they go away, you just realize, what exactly are these guys playing? They just look like an ordinary team.
Yeah, and that's
And
what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. If they take care of City at home, right,
away
the way becomes a bit easier, right? Because they don't have to show up and attack. However, the problem with Newcastle is they only know how to play one way.
that's
They
true.
only know how to play one way. That way that they know how to play only works when they are aggressive.
Yes,
They are
you're right.
charging players down. They are like playing on the edge, right? They are like playing on the edge. However, the problem I see, again, I'll go back to it. You need to go back and watch some of their recent games against City. Watch some of their recent games against United, Arsenal, Tottenham, and a few other of the top six, right? It's not the same aggression. It's not the same aggression, So
Yes, it's not the same
it's not
aggression.
the same aggression.
It's
So
very
it's almost as if they lay down for City and they let City do whatever they want. So, and that's why I'm going to tip City to go through to the final.
and the weird part is City's actually they're actually there for the taking. I will keep saying it. City is there for the taking.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
City is there for the taking. But what will happen is what I don't know. Because another thing I've noticed is one, I'm happy this guy is back. Wissa, Johan Wissa is back.
And it's
He's
scoring.
playing. And also hopefully that gives them, an alternative. But so far, I can't fault Watermadi. I think he's done fine. I think the issues they've had is the other guys on their wings has been that's inconsistency.
No. It's
If
because what's his name? Gordon got injured.
Yeah, even before the injury, he had suspension. But I mean,
Yeah,
apart from Gordon,
yeah. The rest have not been. They've not
they've
been.
been very inconsistent,
Yeah.
especially one particular player. And I like this player a lot, Harvey Barnes.
No,
He
no,
shows,
no.
he
Avi Barnes
shows.
has played better than the ex-United shit player. Do not start with me.
I've not gotten there. I'm not
No,
starting.
no.
I'm not
There's no way you start with Avi Barnes. You have to start with your guy. Start with
Wait,
your guy. I'm not
wait,
letting you
yeah,
off the hook.
wait. I'm not. I'm not letting any. I've decided to start with Harvey Barnes. It's my choice. It's my choice.
These are the issues. This is corruption. You are protecting your player.
I'm not protecting anybody. In fact, I've also been here whereby I've said that I'm disappointed in Elanga so far.
Yes,
That he
Elanga
has not.
is
He has
I
been so
thought he was going,
disappointing.
especially with the
Honestly,
style that Newcastle plays. I
I
thought he
thought
was going
it
to
was
light it up.
perfect for him. I didn't even
Yes.
see. In fact, I said, you know what, this is going to be tough for Gordon. I actually thought Gordon. I actually saw Gordon going to the bench, and it was going to be Jacob Murphy and Elanga on the wings. But so far, Murphy he has not been his best this season. Last season he's been, but this season it's not been the same. Elanga has just honestly maybe the anticipation of I think and there's nothing wrong in this for me to say this, and there's nothing wrong, but it might be too early, but maybe that is just his level. In just a Nottingham Forest level, maybe there's still time for him to prove me wrong. Maybe that's just his level, whereby you're allowed to have your freestyle, you're open, there's no pressure on you. That's on Elanga. But Harvey Barnes, you see,
So
Harvey
so
Barnes can
again,
score 4 goals
I'm not
in
going
two
to
matches.
let him off the hook. You are finding excuses for him. Maybe. I remember you saying Elanga was better than Bukayo Saka. You had that argument with me, and I told you this guy is just a speed merchant who doesn't understand the game well. Now he's getting exposed at the highest level. It is clear to me now, except he turns it around. It is clear to me, except he's able to turn it around and shock me, that his level is Nottingham Forest, Sunderland. Not Sunderland is even too good for him. Nottingham Forest, Leeds United, Burnley. That's the level he should be playing at. You know, if Jacob Murphy is benching you, Jacob Murphy does not do any other thing than get the ball and whack it into the box.
And
That's
run,
all.
and it's fast.
He's fast. He just runs straight and whacks the ball. Elanga dribbles. He's skillful. He should be tearing up.
His decision making too is also
It's
poor
so
as well.
horrible.
It's so,
Yes.
and I agree with you with things you said, but I'm never going to go hard much on Elanga that much compared to Harvey Barnes.
Yeah, I
Harvey
agree.
Barnes scored like 4 goals in 2 matches, and then you're like, okay, pick it up, as in. But then it just, and I don't know.
He's so inconsistent. That's the problem with
very,
Harvey.
very inconsistent.
Yeah.
There are matches you see him that honestly, I think the blessing and the luck they've had is been Watemade.
Hey, bro.
I think if you take out his goals from Newcastle,
you called Watemade from day one.
Yes, I told you.
I gotta give you that. No, I gotta give you that. You called him from the jump. Called him. I didn't. He has shocked me. Do you even know what I noticed in the last game?
Even Mr. He has even shocked me with more than what I was even
I'm telling you.
expecting.
Do you even know what I now noticed in his last game? He's even now pressing.
He's
pressing. He joins the attack. Same was the man that was walking around.
He's aggressive now. I think he's also using his strength, and the only thing is he doesn't have that pace. But truth is, you don't necessarily need to always be a pacey person.
I mean, how pacey was Peter Crouch?
I mean, I even see him. He has more skill. He's skillful. He's good with the ball. His hold-up play is good. I mean, honestly, sometimes you look at him like, imagine if they had him and Isak. He was coming from the bench. Isak was starting, or sometimes you play. I'm like, but honestly, he's done. I'm really happy for him. And this is the World Cup here. I mean,
he's definitely he's going to the World Cup. No injuries. He's going to the World Cup.
Knock on wood, no injuries.
Yeah.
No injuries. But honestly, I think Newcastle need to do something. Plus, they need that squad depth. I mean, it's sometimes when I see the substitutions, some of them are predictable. I know Willock will come in. I know Joe Linton. Joe Linton has been off form this season. He hasn't been. Only when he's playing the top 6, he gets aggressive. Bruno Guimaraes, I think, is a fantastic player.
He's been playing well. He's been playing well.
I'm
shocked that they managed to hold on to him. That's the one that shocks me.
Even I think he doesn't want to leave. I think he loves.
Yeah, but you know, if the right offer comes in, no club is going to.
To be honest, I actually thought he was going to be the one. Did he come before Rice? Or Rice?
He was in Newcastle before Rice.
So I actually thought Arsenal were actually going, or the top teams would go for him. But I think he probably turned them down.
City thought about it for a while, but they didn't pull the trigger.
I think he's very good. Even my boys, Tonali, I think Newcastle changed Tonali's game, because when I used to see Tonali in Syria, he had this Andre Pello-esque kind of, but now his hold-up play is aggressive, he's fighting. But honestly, they need more squad depth, especially in their defense. And they have your keeper that someone told me something about Ramsdale. He said Ramsdale turns on once he concedes. That's when he comes to life. Now when he doesn't concede, he's distracted.
So the funniest thing with Ramsdale is he's actually one of the best shot stoppers in England.
He is.
But why he ended up leaving Arsenal is that single statement. He should never have said what he said. You can't be a professional footballer and be saying that I lose concentration. I get distracted.
No. You can lose concentration, but a goalkeeper cannot lose concentration.
No, even as a player, you can't say it. Even if you lose it, you can't. So, because the problem is every time you now concede, they are now sitting there asking themselves that.
What was he thinking?
What was he lost concentration? Are you thinking about the food at home or what?
I think sometimes they need to be saving some of these players from
Of
themselves.
themselves.
They need to be saving them. But honestly,
Yeah.
for me, I actually think Ramsdale is a good goalkeeper. I know he might not be first choice for England, but if I look at the four goalkeepers England have, Pickford, Ramsdale, Pope, and Henderson, left to me, they are all at the same level. I don't think one is superior to the
In
other one.
fact, I
If
still
you
don't
leave it
understand
to
why
me,
Pickford is even playing in goal. He's too short.
so I think Pickford is there's he has this. I don't personally. I don't even want him in my team. I don't want him in my
I
team.
think the only reason Pickford is better than the rest, in my opinion, is he controls his
The
box better.
defense. He speaks
He
up.
speaks up. He's all
He's
over the
very
place in your face for such a short goalkeeper. But the
because
rest just stand there and let them take shots.
for me, if I was to talk about the all rounder, I think the all rounder would be Henderson in
He's, he's,
Crystal
he's,
Palace,
he's actually supposed to be the best of all of them.
the best of all of them. Then
Yeah.
left to me, number two would be Pope. Pope is a
Yeah, but
very
Pope
good
can't
keeper.
even bench Ramsdale now anymore. So,
No, Pope is injured. No, Pope is
oh, okay,
injured.
he's injured. That's why.
He's
That's
injured. He's
true.
injured. That's right. But Pope, if you pass the ball to Pope, oh my God, you'll be scared for your
You
life.
think the City goalkeeper is bad with his legs?
Pope,
Pope is worse.
Pope is when the definition of two left legs. That is Pope. so, so there's always something about them. There's always no one is fully. But honestly, Newcastle, for me, I'm not bothered about them. But I don't know. Remember when we have this conversation about maybe 2 years or 3 years ago about Newcastle that could Eddie Howe be the man before the man? I have a feeling that this is Eddie Howe cannot take them higher than this.
I'm not sure how many coaches can take them higher than they are. This number one, they need to find a way to beat the rules like City and Chelsea did. You
No,
can't have a billionaire in your club and that level of billionaire, and you'll be having Abbey Barnes and Willock
no,
and who is that in their defense? All these people. You need
no. I think the assumption we all had was money was about there was going to be an influx. So Eddie Howe was just going to be the stepping stone till they get the elite manager. But I think it has turned out to be, at the
yeah.
end. But honestly, I think I think overall Newcastle will be fine. To be honest, they will always be fine. They will be fine. Um, Chelsea. Chelsea fans are going through a lot now. 1 week, 1 week good, 1 week bad.
Well, they beat us now with the 1-1 draw now, so they're happy. Maybe when
And
they
what,
drew 1-1 with us now, they were very. It was as if they won the league. So let them continue
so
to
so
enjoy that one.
personally, I thought the 1-1 draw was fantastic. But then when you now go the next week and you lose to Leeds, then the following week again, you had the draw.
It's the 1-1 draw. Let them continue to enjoy the 1-1 draw. The 1-1 draw was fantastic. You know?
Even Palmer that has been back is, and now I've just come to say, you know what, Chelsea's problem is just their defense, I think. And even the attack. Joao Pedro is just managing. It's really going to be interesting.
They should shall turn up against Man City for me January 4th. That's all I'm interested in. The same way they wanted to kill Arsenal players with bad tackles. Caicedo was jumping into people, trying to break people's legs. Remember against City. When it's City's turn now, you will see a different Chelsea team. Everyone wants to kill Arsenal players. But when they see City, they bow down for their lords and masters. You don't see the same aggression. You don't see the same push. Look at Sunderland. The force with which they defended against Arsenal when it was against City.
You know
And
what?
everyone will now say, oh, City plays fast.
You know what was so weird about that Sunderland City? Because my mind was like, man, because everybody said, City, they are there. So my mind was like, man, City will win the game, all fair, but it will be a tight one. I just see 20, 30 minutes, 2-0.
Mhm.
I look at the game, I said, I don't think this was even actually came to play football today. This was a play like,
City already won the match by first half and they scored 2 goals. That was it.
yeah, the
They
game was
just
game,
added one,
game, game,
So,
game was over already. So I mean,
anyways,
it's the second half of the season, and I think those games are games that we should all look out for in the EFL Cup. I mean, it brings the excitement, but the only thing I don't like about this EFL Cup is let it just be knockouts, man. No one needs this additional home and
additional
away.
games. Yeah, I agree. One leg
No, no, no,
semi-final, one
one
leg
leg
final.
because it's such a short competition. I mean,
Yeah,
anything can happen because that is when Caicedo could just go bam, your leg is gone.
yeah.
you know. So, but overall, I think it's gonna be interesting in January to see um to see those games. So, Arsenal still topping the league at Christmas.
Barely, barely.
Going into this Christmas and the second half, how are you feeling? Or let's even talk about your feeling in the last, because we've missed about 2 or 3 weeks. How have you felt in the last 2 or 3 games? Um, how Arsenal have played?
Mostly relief. Mostly relief that it's not been, let's say for the last 5 games, for instance, right?
Yes,
It's been a lot of up and downs, scraping through wins. But you know, I'm not overly worried.
mm,
Again, I will still say, for instance, the main rival, City, I still don't see them. I might be proven wrong at the end of the season. I still don't see them going on those kind of runs that they usually do. Those 12-game winning runs and all that. We will know. They've won their last, let's see. They've won their last
I think the last 10. I know
no,
they're
they've
on
won
the
their
road.
last no, they've not won their last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in EPL. I'm focusing on EPL.
Okay, EPL.
But
Okay,
in all competition, I think they've won their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
they're on a good run right now. They're on a very good run right now.
Yeah, so they won their last 7. But EPL alone, they won their last 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've won their last 5 in EPL. Right, that's good. So their next 5 will also be very important for them, right? So they'll
Yes,
be playing Nottingham Forest, Sunderland, Chelsea, Brighton, and Manchester United, right?
yes,
So if you look at Arsenal, for instance, of our last 5, despite the ups and downs of our last 5 in the Premier League, we've won, let's see, we've won 1, 2, 3, 4. We've won 3, drawn 1, and lost 1. Right?
yeah,
Good. So now I'm going to put a context to all of this season. We had a big squad coming into the season. There was a
okay.
lot of disruptions as well. Injuries in and out. Like
Yes,
yesterday now, Martinelli is gone again.
it's gone again. Wow.
He got injured yesterday again. Tried to continue, but they took him out. And Trossard had to come in. We've had to play. I think I saw some statistics somewhere that we've had to play 13 different mixes in our defense.
I think right now you're having apart from Kelly coming in, but I think the concern was after Saliba was Mosquera, Hikape, Timber, and Calafiori. Then now you guys mix it up with Luis Kelly.
Yes.
So and then I think White came in one game.
No, it's not been one. It's different games with different. So the point is, they're saying that we've had about 13 different combinations.
Combinations. Yeah.
About 13. That's crazy. because what that means basically is that they are not building that chemistry. So when
It's
we're
not
on that
sustained.
run, when we're not conceding for many games, right?
Yes.
Was Timber, Califury, Gabriel,
And
and
Saliba.
Saliba. So, and City has not had that problem, right? You know, when you don't have players going in, Odegaard is in today, is out tomorrow, Saka
Yes.
is in today, is out tomorrow. There's so much inconsistency at the moment, and that's messing with the team, right? So, a few of those guys are back. Havertz is back. Gabriel is back training. Knock on wood for these guys that we
They
can
stay fit.
they stay fit to the end of the season. Let's have a competition where both sides are fully fit. And then if they beat you to it, you know, fair and square. These guys beat us to it,
These guys beat you to it.
right?
Yes.
So because at the moment, I don't think City are a better side than Arsenal. I don't think so. And that's not because I'm an Arsenal side. I'm an Arsenal supporter. I just don't think they're a better side. I've seen better City sides, right? I've seen better City
So
sides.
I think City's football is very strange this season. So it's a very strange one because they are not playing tiki taka like we've known them to be.
Yes,
There's no creativity like that.
because they don't have those kind of players anymore. So now Guardiola is going a bit more direct. You
Yes,
would even see a
that's the
situation where
word.
they are launching the ball to
To
Haaland
Haaland.
and
Yes.
he's one-on-one with the central defender and he's scoring. So that's fine, right? The only challenge is we as Arsenal need to work on our psyche and focus on our own games. Um, we started the season together on 0 points, right? So if by the end of the year, December 31st, we are still first and second with City, right? And it's just maybe 2 points, 3 points leading, whatever, whoever is,
Yes.
I'm going to count that as zero going into January. That's how I'm going to count it that. Okay, so City won one half or Arsenal won one half. Even if we're on top, I'm going to count it as zero and say, yes, the season is starting afresh again in January. That's how I'm going to evaluate it. And then we need to go on that run again to get on top of the table and stay on top of the table. So if we have our full complement of players back fully, I mean, the team is looking better at the moment. So I can't use that as an excuse. Gabriel is coming back. Um, Gabriel Jesus is back. Havertz is back. Odegaard has been back for a few games now. He's getting his fitness back.
Yep.
Um, so, and I would hope that Teta will also trust some of his players more. What's his name? Nogard didn't look too bad in that 6 row yesterday. Didn't look too bad.
I think he's to be honest, Nogan hasn't really played that much
Yeah.
since he's been.
And he played yesterday, he didn't look bad. The first few games he played him central defense. You know, so let's have them playing in their position and trusting them a bit more so that we can give rest to players like Rice and Zubimendi and Co. You know,
Yeah,
and Saka.
because the second half is where of the season, that's where everything gets to kick off.
Yes. And
And
we
it's
should be fine. We should be
and,
fine.
and it's crazy that you and City are all in the same competition, still active.
Yes, very, very active.
Still active. So it's gonna be an
And we
interesting one.
both we both have big squad. We both have a big squad, you know, in my opinion. So
Yeah, but
uh,
you see, if I look at the scores, right, I'll say Arsenal scored the better squad compared to.
not necessarily.
I'll say that honestly.
No,
If we're looking at it man for man, Arsenal has the better squad. Let's just say what it is.
no,
Arsenal
I
do
don't
have.
think so. So I'm gonna go look at City squad, right? Let's start with the goalkeepers. They have James Trafford.
We,
They
you can.
have Stefan Ortega. Those guys practically are as good as Arrizabalaga at the moment.
But when we're talking of number one, if goalkeepers, both of you do have good goalkeepers.
No, no,
There's
no, no,
no
no. You are saying, so I'm going to the bench. Forget the first team for now. Let's go to the bench because we are talking of squad depth.
yeah.
If I think the two teams match properly when you talk of first team, right?
I think Arsenal have a better squad.
I don't think so.
I think
Donnarumma Donnarumma and Raya, they are at par in my opinion. You can't necessarily say one is better than the other. They are just better at doing different things than the other,
I think we
right?
can say one is better than the other.
No, I don't think so. Who would you say is better? Raya?
I would say right at this point. I would say
No,
right.
no. I don't think so. So
I'm not taking anything away from
no, you can't
Donnarumma.
say the best. You can't say someone who won the best goalkeeper in Europe. The other guy is better than him.
Now we're in the Premier League.
No, that's not correct. Until the end of the season, if he does better, then fine. The thing is, Raya does not get the number of shots that Donnarumma saves. We
But
have a
then,
better defense.
but then Raya too can be very funky because
Exactly.
some
You
goals
will
that he has
concede some free
considered.
kicks, and you're wondering why is this guy standing there?
For example, the goal is considered against Spurs. The shot from outside, very
Exactly.
freaky. Some
The
very
free
freaky
kick, the
goals.
free kick from you look at one which was the free kick he considered recently. He will stand at one end, and I'm wondering, you are short and you are giving this much space. So that there's that. Then if you look at central defense, let's say if you remove Saliba, Ruben Diaz, Gabriel, and
Your defense is way stronger, especially in central defense.
yeah, so our central defense is stronger. But I'm going to say that they have a stronger bench in their defense. John Stones is on their bench.
John Stones hasn't been that guy this season. Those
I
guys
don't
have
care
not.
whether he's been that guy or not.
No. Those guys have not.
No, you are just putting.
No.
Can I land? Can I land?
No, they've not.
We can have that argument. Hold on. There's no way any coach picks Mosquera over John Stones. That's the truth. Whether you like it or yes.
If we're looking at based on what Mosquera is doing,
even if you can look at it from now till tomorrow, no coach picks Mosquera over John Stones when they are both fit. It's as simple as that. Then you go maybe Nathan Ake and then Mosquera at the moment, and Nkapi can be put on the same level. So what are you saying? And then Nico O'Reilly's form at the moment is as good as Calafiori's, in my opinion. That guy is going to start for England. He's going to start for England. I thought it was MLS, but trust me, MLS might not even make the World Cup at the moment. Okay, so and they still have Kuzanov. They have Rico Lewis, all in defense. If you count this, they probably have. So when we are talking of depth, I'm not talking of even how good they are. I'm talking of in terms of being able to shove people in. They have all that. If you go in the middle of the park, right, bro, Rodri has practically not played this season.
Yes, Nico Gonzalez he's been good, to be fair. I don't want to shit, but I think he's been fair this season.
Okay, good.
I think he's been better off compared to his first season.
Mateo Kovacevic hasn't played this season. So there's no way you tell me that the Arsenal midfield is better than this Man City.
The Arsenal midfield has been better.
You can't say that. You can
be better.
Are we having listen? I want us to be clear on the conversation. We are not talking about what we are seeing. We are talking about in terms of squad depth. If everyone was fit, if everyone was fit,
now,
Rodri is playing.
Arsenal can remove an Odegaard and bring in Eze.
Arsenal can remove an Odegaard and bring in Eze. Okay, yes. Good. I'm going to go.
Arsenal can bring in a Merino.
So, what is a Merino? So, City can remove a Rodri and bring in a Kovacic, right? City can remove a Bernardo Silva and bring in a Foden. City can remove a Tijani Reinders and bring in a Nico Gonzalez. So what are you talking about? They practically wipe themselves out. So you can't tell me that Arsenal's defense has been better. Arsenal's midfield has been better. And when you take out all of those, you still have Eight Nori sitting somewhere there. Nobody has even mentioned him this season.
He has been injured. He's been injured.
I don't know what's going on with him. He's been injured, right? You have Calvin Phillips. I don't know that one. Let's not even mention that one. Then you have Omar Mamouche, who can play in the midfield and also play in the attack.
He has been poor this season.
He has been poor. You can say I can also tell you that one area has been poor this season. Eze, apart from the hat-trick, has also been poor. Yes, I can tell you that it's
So
been poor.
are we going to have that conversation of Eze?
Oh yes, we can. I'm not an Arsenal fan to shy away from saying the truth.
Because
His
he has
game is
because
not
he has
taking
not
charge
he
of the
has
game, in
not.
my opinion.
Thank you.
Yes, he's
Thank
not.
you
He's
so
not.
much.
He's not.
Thank you
Arsenal
so
fans
much.
can pretend all they want. Oh, he's got the trick. He's not. In my opinion, there's no way he benches Odegaard with that performance. Simple. The Eze I watched in Crystal Palace will take players on, drive into the box. This guy is
He's
just
not
getting
doing
the ball
any.
and
I
passing
keep
it
on
back.
saying it that even when you play him in the middle, I'm like, why? I understand he's trying to adapt, but I've not seen him for one game. The only thing I've seen is those is late goals that is coming, the ball has ricocheted and he takes the shot. But
Yeah,
he is not taking. I'm beginning to think this level is a step higher for him.
yeah. I'm telling you, I'm almost wishing that we had gone for Semenyo instead of Eze. I'm almost wishing that that's who we bought instead of Eze at this point, because he's not. He's not really been
He
all
hasn't.
of that for me. I
I
don't see
think I
it.
think I think what everyone anticipated from Eze has not. He's been shy of everything.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely,
I
absolutely.
mean, I've not seen the drive where he picks up the ball. I understand the system is changed, but I don't see him drive. I don't see him even in there's something he used to do. He used to take on players in Crystal Palace. He has not. I've not seen him. I don't. I would love to see the stats on his take on, but
Yeah.
it's. I'm
So
hoping.
we
I think
haven't
it's just
got to
about
attack
giving him
yet.
time.
We haven't got to attack. Oh, Haaland alone is 4 people in attack for City. Jeremy Doku is playing absolutely well. He's playing better than Trossard combined with Martinelli. You have Cherki who has come good this season.
Yes, Czechia
He's
has
playing almost as well as Saka and the other guy.
with the minutes Czechia has played,
Uh-huh. And you haven't
he has
mentioned
actually
Savinho.
done well.
Anytime Savinho comes in, he has contributed. Oscar Bob
Yeah.
is there on the bench as well. So yes, you may think that Arsenal's team is better. The only thing that makes Arsenal look like we're better is that, as against the previous season, we now have a deeper bench, in my opinion. You know, like last season when we had a few of injuries, suddenly we had one playing a lot of games.
Yes.
Suddenly we had MLS playing a lot of games. Now we have the luxury of not really playing those guys because we don't think they are as ready. So I think Arsenal will be fine. I think we should move on to another conversation. Let's do the weekend. I think we should do
Yes.
United first, and then we do the weekend.
Yes. United. So far, I think going into this season, I kind of expected we're going to have this kind of inconsistency, but not this much. It's and funny part is I've actually not been disappointed with the team. I've seen improvements. In fact, the last game I was actually impressed. We lost the game, but I said I would rather lose in that kind of manner. I lost to two. It was literally I lost to Morgan Rogers. In fact, I even need to apologize to someone. I called them. I said, hey, between Gibbs White and Morgan Rogers, who is better? Ever since I made that statement, Rogers has been like this.
No, but it's a valid question, in my opinion.
Because I used to see them as neck
No,
and neck.
it's a valid question.
I used to see
Listen,
them as
if
neck and neck.
White was playing in Villa and Rogers was playing in Nottingham Forest, I think we'll be having the same conversation.
But it's true. That's also a possibility too.
He's playing with a complement of better players. Who is Gibbs White playing with? And he's dragging Nottingham Forest.
But Morgan Rogers has been able to stand up. I mean, when he needs to be counted for Villa this year. Because
quick question.
Yes.
On Morgan Rogers, just a quick let me digress a little bit.
Yes.
Who do you think starts in 10 for England? Rogers or Bellingham? Or Palmer?
You know, I thought about that question.
That's a topic we need to discuss. Let's move on.
So I think you can actually push Rogers to the left to accommodate the others.
Rashford is playing well.
As I said, Rashford sometimes gets benched, but we'll leave that for another day. So honestly, I have to praise Unai Emery. They've going about when we started this season, we are talking about what's going on with Villa, and now they've gone 10 straight wins. They've gone 10 straight wins. They've been consistent. If you watch their game, they are patient. I'll tell you something. They are not blowing teams out. But what I'll tell you is that they take their chances, because if they were blowing teams out, only Watkins, I think he probably has like 2 goals this season, which is very poor from him. All the goals they've been coming from Morgan Rogers and everybody else contributing. I mean, that's what you call a team. Everybody contributing. The keeper is there, defense is there, everyone is putting in the shift apart from Jadon Sancho. But we'll leave that.
Which let me ask, quick question. Which club is he from again? I need to know.
I was in one group chat. I said, someone said Jadon Sancho put something on his Instagram. I said, I thought he has gone for 30 December. I thought he was already gone for 30 December.
I'm not sure they will even allow him in for 30 December. They don't want that kind of mediocrity. That his decline surprises me, but hey, it's okay.
Yes, you're allowed to have a decline, but you're also allowed to come back stronger without pressure. Now you're in a place where there's no media. I don't know if you watch Villa games. I watch Villa games. I enjoy most of all these other teams' games because I like to see different. There's this guy that comes in. It's called Gusat. He's from Ivory Coast. He comes in. He puts in a shift. There's another guy, Bogart. He plays midfield. He comes in. He puts in a shift. I think this guy is even one of their best players, the creative player. He doesn't start. Buendia. He comes from the bench. In fact, Buendia came in, he was the one that made the difference against Arsenal. He puts in, this guy doesn't score. Watkins doesn't score at all. But when he's on the pitch, he's running, he's creating. In fact, I think what Watkins is doing now is what Benzema used to do then in Real Madrid. Creates the opportunity and the space for others to benefit, which is fantastic for Villa. But not to take anything, just talking about the last game. I was not disappointed. I lost that way. But I was happy at my team that we played football, we were better. Seeing Lisandro Martinez back, I was happy to see him. And he did well in the midfield. But obviously, losing Bruno, we lost something.
But did you think that was stupid from your manager? Why put Lisandro Martinez into the middle of the park?
I think we didn't have anybody else. Meno was injured.
No, I'm going to go look at what you had.
God, Casemiro was not available. Casemiro was suspended.
No, I'm going to go look at it because I don't think it was.
Yeah, the other people we had were young boys.
Then put one of them in because
he brought one in. He brought Fletcher in. He brought Fletcher in and also brought Lacy. Fletcher plays, so he needed Lisandro as the DM. Because those guys were running through the midfield, he needed someone to break up play, which I think was Lisandro did well.
He can't break up anything in the middle. He will be lost.
But he can drive. He can control the game. I personally feel he can play as a DM.
I watched that game. He was lost in the middle of the park.
No, I don't think. For someone that hasn't, for a defender coming into that game, I think he did well.
You think he did well?
I believe he did well, yes.
I think you should start him in the middle against Newcastle again, since all these people are not available.
Honestly, I would not be against it. I would not be against it.
Yes. That's what I'm encouraging.
I would not be against it.
If you stumble on this video,
but you are going against.
If you stumble on this video, please start Lisandro Martinez as your 6 against Newcastle on Friday. I want to check something.
I've had Ugarte that has not been up to par since he came. He has been very disappointing.
You remember when you told me that guy was better than Partey? I like reminding you all these things when you say this.
Unfortunately, I don't remember.
If a 59-year-old Casemiro can be benching Ugarte has no shame and be playing way better than him at that level.
Honestly, it's very disappointing.
It's disappointing.
It's very disappointing.
If Uruguay makes it to the World Cup, they shouldn't invite him.
And I always tell people, you see, especially when you're in a Man United team, whereby you have the opportunity to lose form and gain your form and cement your place. It's not everybody team. Okay, for example, in Arsenal, do you think Arsenal at this point, at this stage, they're going to have time to allow you to say you want to mess around? No. Nobody's going to allow you that opportunity or time again. If you are not coming in and cementing your place, time is going. But I'm also happy for Cunha for stepping up. I think he took his goal, though disappointing that I missed the other one. Um,
He actually missed a few chances that
he
normally
did he
those
did
kind of
miss.
chances in Wolves he buries
In
them.
Wolves, he buries them, and that's the problem with when players like that start having plenty chances. Then they start, but I think it's good for his confidence, and I think this is actually a period Cunha needs to step up. There's no Mbuemo, there's no Ahmad. If there's actually no Bruno Fernandes, now Matheus Cunha, this is the time for him to take the game. I know he can do it, but this is the time for him to actually step up.
What do you mean
And
by there's no Bruno Fernandes?
Bruno is injured. Remember he limped off halftime.
So he's not going to play against Newcastle.
He's not going to play against Newcastle.
Hmm.
So meaning, yes, it's a sketchy game, but I think we're going to do something in that match. Because I tell you something, Newcastle away, they just play like every other team. Because I'll tell you something I noticed about Man U against second half in Aston Villa. If you notice, Man U were more controlled in their approach. There was no ballooning of the ball. There was no. The only thing we're not creating that breakthrough, that clear cut chance. But
Because Villa stopped pressing.
no, because we were controlling the game.
No, because Villa stopped
No,
pressing.
because we were controlling the
Why
game.
were you not controlling it in the
Well,
first half?
we had some control, but in the
No, you
second
didn't
half
have
we
any
played.
control
In
in
the
the first half.
second half we played way better. In the second half we played way better. And and against Newcastle, I'm looking up to two players to step up. No, actually three players to step up. One, Matheus Cunha. Two, Messi Mount. He's been very good this season, fantastic this season. But I'm going to expect more from him. But this other player, brother, your time is really running out. And patience is you're going to start losing patience. You need to get people on your back. Sesko. In front of goal, please just blast it. I don't know why I've been watching strikers of late. When you kind of go, what? You see something I miss? I miss the Didier Drogbas, the Diego Costas. That when they're in front of goal, boom, it's a shot.
Why are you not mentioning a United striker? Why are you
No, I'm
mentioning?
missing them. The Zlatans, the Cavani's, I miss them. The Rudvans, these strikers
You
of
don't
nowadays.
miss. You don't miss Henri. You didn't mention Henri. I
No,
didn't
no,
hear Henri.
there are plenty of no. Henri is a finesse player. Henri doesn't blast ball like that.
Ah, okay.
But
You
I'm
know
talking of
it's
center.
their daddy. You know
No,
that.
no. See, I'm a big Henri fan. I'm a big
Ah,
Henri
okay.
fan.
Good, good.
I'm a big Henri fan. But I'm talking
This
about
is the this
strikers.
is the first time you are giving an Arsenal player props. Wow.
There are two players I love in Arsenal. I can't hit on them. Henri and Robert Perez. I
You
can't
hate
hit
on
on them.
Saka. You don't like
No, no.
Saka.
He's just not playing for the right national team. That's all. That's my only issue with Saka. He's playing for the wrong national
That
team.
means you don't like Eze, Madueke, Saka,
What is
Nwaneri,
man?
all of
What
them.
is man with? What is man with? See,
Just imagine if
see.
those guys all represented Nigeria.
No, 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 no.
And we
Madueke
didn't
should
have
not.
and,
Madueke should not represent
and
Nigeria because
we didn't have no matter how bad he is, it's still better
no.
than what we have. Imagine
See,
Moses Simon playing for you.
Madueke and
Moses Simon,
Chukwueze are the same. They are the same. Madueke and Chukwueze they are the
Moses
same.
Simon playing for you. Would
But
you rather
let's
not
not
have
digress.
Madueke
But
than
let's
Moses
not
Simon?
digress. I do like Saka. I think everybody loves Saka. I think it's hard for you to hate on Saka. Everybody loves Saka. I think Saka is that player that we also grow. So when you see a player develop like that,
When did you start liking him? You used to say he wasn't as good as Elanga. Elanga is better. Is better. Ahmad is better.
but yeah, I think the team is getting better. We are playing better.
So,
But we
so
need to be more consistent.
what's your take for weekend? Are you winning? What's the scoreline?
I'm gonna say we probably might draw that game because we probably would draw that game because we don't have having missing Bruno and we need legs in that midfield. So I don't know what the combination is going to be. And Kobe Meno.
I think you are going to play. Let's see.
And I just want to end on this.
Ugarte.
Kobe Meno. I know we've talked about this, and I don't want to drag us back. Players will have their chance. Be patient. Even when I see some of our legends talk, none of you were starting games at age 20. Don't let's not allow a 20-year-old hold a club to ransom, please. There
And
will
that
be
was the
times.
same mistake United made years ago with them.
Yes, and we're trying to
Rashford,
correct, and we're trying to correct these
we should
things.
correct it. Yeah,
We're
I
trying to
agree.
correct these things. Look, the truth is, I understand why the manager doesn't play some of these young. Yes, they should come in. The truth is, academy for Man U plays a huge part in our success over the years, right? But you always want to bring in your academy players when the environment is right.
Or when they are ready, they
No, not
have
even
to be
that.
ready.
But the thing is,
So
we've allowed Garnacho is what he is today because of playing too many games, and then the hype goes into his head.
yes, Kobe Menu too, in my opinion, he got invited and played at the highest level too
Too
early.
many games, and there was nothing wrong because he adapted.
For England. I think after that England experience,
Final, the final, yes.
he messed with him. Messed with him. And I think United needs to continue. Number one, who is he going to bench? He's not a deep lying midfielder. He doesn't have the legs to do that. He's going to play in what's his name's position? Bruno. Bruno's
Bruno.
position. Nobody's going to bench Bruno for you. You know, nobody's going to bench Bruno Fernandez for him. So I think he needs to be patient, and I agree with you on
That's
that.
this, and you can't. You know, he's very disappointed that. Though, like the manager said, whatever your family does, but it's sad that we talk about. Imagine Ateta benching Saka when Saka was 20, and we have Saka being rebellious. You know, we Arsenal were almost about to have that issue with Waneri. Arsenal were going to have that same issue, huge issue with Waneri until they bought signings, and then Waneri just died off. The issue just died off. But overall, honestly, it's going to be a very inconsistent season. But as long as we keep remaining in that close to the top four, I think we'll get it done. We'll get it done.
Yeah. All right. So let's do a few games.
Yeah, let's do a few games. I believe if we should be able to do a few games.
Um, I think we can do the City one. That's a straight win.
I think
Versus Southampton.
there isn't much. I think we can do the City, Arsenal, and
Chelsea.
Chelsea. Yes, City at Nottingham Forest, Saturday early kickoff.
Yeah.
Uh so you see the thing about Forest is now it's like I don't know what to expect because they beat Newcastle. Well, it was through an own goal. I don't know what to expect.
This is what I expect. And I hope they do it well and not just open up for City. Defend deep. Do not leave Haaland alone. Let them sucker punch them. They are there for the taking. City's defense sucks.
They do suck. They do suck actually.
Yes, they are there for the taking. Draw them in and counter them. You have a chance.
They
This
have
is
it.
my
Absolutely.
underdog game for the weekend. It's going to end 1-1.
1-1. All right.
Yes.
Arsenal Brighton.
That's a straight win. 2-0.
There's no Baleba. Baleba played today in for Cameroon. Cameroon
That's very
played.
good.
They played very. It looked like a rejuvenated player. Baleba looked, playing among your country players.
At your level, you look rejuvenated.
Looks rejuvenated. So this I know somebody's going to score, and we both know who's going to score.
He's not
Danny
going to
boy.
play. That's the only problem.
Danny boy is going to score.
He's injured. He
Is
has
it?
back injury.
Old
It's a
age.
doubt.
Old age is catching up. Old age is catching up.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think my only issue, which I've been complaining about Arsenal this season, is Arsenal is not prolific in front of goal.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
It's I see
And
Arsenal's
that's why
attack
and
and it's
that's why
looking.
teams are not scared of us. That's the problem.
I see Arsenal's attack and it's looking toothless. I'm sorry, we just have to call it. I'm
You're correct.
disappointed they gave Yokoles that penalty last game against
Who should they have given it to?
anybody else. What I'm saying is, let this guy work hard for his goal.
Why?
he needs to work hard for his goal. Let's not give these players freebies.
No, that's so again, this comes from someone who never played the game at the highest level. For those of us who played the game at the highest level and just did not make it, right?
So what's the difference between someone who did not and someone who did
Oh
not
yes,
play?
at least I tasted some glory. You
I,
don't even
I
understand
also I also know what it's like to play at the highest level.
which level did you play at?
I also know, but we
Tell
will not
us.
go. But we will
We're
not
not
go
talking
into
of the
it.
five
But
aside
we
you are playing now.
we'll not go into it. But let's
I
continue.
captained my school team to Nuga games in Nigeria. Did you do that?
I know the competitions I've played in.
Which
But
one? Mention
I'm
one.
not yet. But I'm not
We
yet
will,
to
we will
start.
verify.
I'm
Just
not
like
yet.
we
I'm not yet to start gloating about where or
anyways,
what I should have been or where I should have played.
and I captained my youth core service team to
I've
Abuja.
been. I've been.
Sport.
Don't
Did you do
worry.
that?
We'll let that. We'll leave that
Okay,
for another
so
day.
this is it, right? Sometimes strikers are like that. Havertz was struggling, if you remember, until he scored that penalty.
Yes.
Strikers can be like that sometimes. They just need a boost of confidence. It can sometimes ruin them. Like yesterday, if he missed that penalty now, his problem. Now that he scored that penalty, you might be shocked that he will take it as a positive sign and just
Let's
start
hope.
banging goals.
Let's hope, because I think we are
I
all waiting
think
for him to light up
problem
the
with
Premier League.
the problem with Gyökeres is that the problem with him is Arsenal's style of play does not fit him. Our play is too methodical and slow. The build-up is too slow.
I think we should just do a swap. Take Sesko and let's take Gyökeres.
I'm not even sure Sesko will fit us at this point. I think the best player that fits us is Merino and Havertz. They understand this style. They
Honestly,
drop deep.
To be honest, I was just thinking of a strike. I think the only other striker that would have fit in, I think of now, your style is Benzema.
Yes, Benzema will fit because he gets involved. He fits. He drops deep. Victor wants to stretch.
You can't. I think you can't have right now. You guys cannot have a focal point. You need someone that is not a focal
going
point.
to get. If we get Haaland, it will be useless.
He will struggle. Yes,
he will struggle. Of course, he will score more than Haaland, but he will still struggle. He's not going to score as many goals. So I think that's the problem. And the team is trying very hard to create for him. But the point is, by the time they are trying to create for him, he's in the middle of 3, 4, 5 players.
And the problem he needs to understand, which even Sesko needs to understand, is this is the Premier League. They don't see. Once you take that first control and you take a second touch, they've closed down the space.
No, so Alan takes 2, 3 touches sometimes too and still scores.
But Alan understands.
No, do you know why he gets away with it? He gets away with it because the ball comes to him faster. So he has enough time.
He has enough time to make. But then his decision making, I mean, Alan already knows what he wants to do ahead of time.
No, I can't say these guys don't know what they want to do. They scored a lot of goals where they are coming from too. The point is that by the time the ball gets to them, it's too. They have to. I'm watching these guys and I'm thinking, let's go direct. But Arsenal players, Odegaard will pass it back, pass it to Saka, pass it to Timber.
No, but you're right. You're right. They strive on fast play. They strive on
These guys strive on fast play.
They strive on fast play.
When you go look at some of the goals Sesko was scoring,
because some of the goals Gyökeres scores is a breakthrough.
It's a breakthrough.
He's already one on
Sesko too. He's direct. He's against one defender. He's not against fighting 3 defenders at the same time. So that's the problem. So, but hopefully we'll beat Brighton.
Hopefully that gives him some confidence going into the Brighton game, playing at home. That gives him some confidence. But honestly, I'm going for a Brighton, a draw in that game.
It's just that's what you always go for. And you come back
because
after the review and you'll be sad.
No, because think of Arsenal they've been in the last 2-3 games, they've been running away with murder. You
know that some of the games City won on those their 14 win runs were like this, right? I hope you know.
I know, I'm not disputing, but you see, but Arsenal's zone is more labored. For example, I'm
a student of history of the game. However, what I've realized with football fans, and I don't bother having this argument, is that we always recency bias makes us forget quickly. He's labeled now because he's Arsenal. When
No,
do
I'm
you
not.
know how many games? Wait, do you know how many games of City that, especially even the
Yes,
two
that used to
seasons,
end 1-0, 1-0, 2-0. Yes.
on goal, not just 1-0,
But,
2-0.
but
Those
what I'm
games where you were
but,
counting 14 wins.
but you see for Arsenal, right?
Mm,
I saw Arsenal go. I'm seeing Arsenal go from being Arsenal were very prolific 2 seasons ago.
mm.
So my mind is Arsenal can be prolific, but why is you guys have gone from being prolific to being extra defensive?
Yes, I agree. That's a problem. You can't get an argument from. The point I'm simply making is that when you are playing for the league, right?
Yes, no, you're going to
You're,
have games. You're going to
you're
have
going to have games like
even
that.
Manchester United under Fergie. We used to have games whereby, in fact,
No,
sometimes
nobody's asking you to give us history of 50 years.
you
And we
just say
are not
yeah,
even clever.
you just say yeah, you love history of the game.
We don't
You
want
just say
to. Not 50 years ago
even
history.
even Chelsea under Jose,
Ferguson himself does not
no no no
remember those
no no
games.
no even under Jose Chelsea, they used to have games like this 1-0, 2-0 game over, and it was boring. In fact, we
Yes.
even hated watching Chelsea because if Chelsea scores the first 20 minutes, you know it was game over.
Yeah.
But
See,
what I'm saying is,
if on Saturday,
yes,
Nottingham Forest suddenly draws against City,
it changes.
the conversation changes. That's
It
what
changes.
Kola has been saying since we started this
And
conversation.
if Arsenal drops points, conversation
Again,
changes.
it changes again.
It
So,
changes
and that's
again.
what I'm saying. So it's about being consistent. It doesn't even matter how you
That
see.
was why I
If
was
we
so pained. I was so pained when my boy scored because I was ready to even do a
you were
solo.
you were going to call me, and the heavens that
and
I
you
watched.
too, you know that the minute he scored, you said, "Ah, God, this
Even
cannot."
Bayo called me and I told him, I said, Lads was about to call me. But I know the heavens that I serve and God took that call away from him.
because, because the moment I saw Tolu, I said it is over this weekend, and there's nothing you can tell me that if Arsenal draws is a win. It's a
Yes,
win
and
for
my
me.
boys showed you the stuff of champions, because when you people won one silly game a few weeks ago, you were saying this is stuff of champions. We showed the stuff of champions. I agree
No,
with you.
it just shows why Wolves are.
We need to figure out our attack.
I'm telling you, it is so.
But I'm going to say again, I started the Arsenal conversation by saying that the team has had, if you look at over the past 2 seasons, last season and this season, we've had a lot of inconsistencies with players going in and out. It doesn't help. Listen, it doesn't help. It's bad. If we can get, if we get 6 months of our first and second team being fully fit
I don't think with the amount of games that is being played, I don't think there's any team that can get that luxury.
Well, City seems to be getting it somehow for some reason.
No, but the only reason why it looks like they're getting it is because you are forgetting how they've been changing and rotating. This guy plays right back now, Nunes, and even there are some games he doesn't even start. Ake is looking a shadow of himself. I don't recognize him.
Nunes has there's no game he doesn't start. He starts all the IPL games. He's there.
No, but what I'm saying is Matheus Nunes has had to go and play right back.
No, he hasn't had to go and play right. That's his position now, because if you put him in, I've seen him play other position. He's useless.
No, he's a midfielder.
He's useless. Put him in that midfield. Let's test something. He's useless. I've seen him play. If I wish he wasn't playing that right back and Guardiola was having to play him individual, he's useless. I've seen him.
So the reason why for City like it's because Savino comes in, they're able to make the subs real quick, whereby they are not having to rely. But an Arsenal is relying on Saka to do something each game. They are having to rely on Odegaard to do something each game. Now,
and that's what we're saying.
The pressure now actually shoots on Trossard now.
No, that over reliance happens because there's no consistency. When the team is balanced, the way Arteta wants his side to play is not actually to a focal striker, where the striker is going to go and score 25 goals. when you said we were prolific, it was everybody contributing, scoring,
Yeah, I
left,
mean
right,
that's
and
what I'm
center.
saying. It was more fluid. Like the goals were
But
you
now
could
again, there's no consistency in the team because it is in and out. So you can't find that fluidity. If we get 6 months from now, you would see that fluidity again, I promise. But
well
we can't get it because players are in and out. Let's leave Arsenal alone. Because I
we'll
know
wait
that's
and
your
see.
favorite topic. When it's
We'll,
United now, you'll be humble. You will
we'll wait
discuss it for 2 minutes and run away.
we'll wait and see. To end off, I hope Wolves will pull up something against
There's nothing
Liverpool.
they are going to pull off. Liverpool is going to beat them.
Before we talk about this last game, Chelsea, let's just take a minute. Wolves, I have to say this. I think this has to be one of the poorest and the
No,
last
it's not.
poorest team,
It's not this. It's already the poorest in the history of the
because the last
Premier League
poorest team was Derby County, and they had I think 11 points or 10
at
points.
this time.
That's no, the whole season.
Oh, the whole season.
Yes, go check it. Derby County they had about 12 points or 11.
I'm not sure Wolves will get 11 at the rate
But
at which they are going.
because I'm looking at Wolves and I'm like, this is Christmas. If you're at Christmas at 2 points,
Let me tell you, just
and
wait. Just wait. Let me tell you their next run of games. Liverpool, Manchester United, West Ham. They are playing Liverpool and Man U away.
away, yeah.
They will play West Ham at home. They will play Everton away. Newcastle at home. Man City, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace, Villa, Liverpool again.
No, the thing is, if they play 10 games, right, don't win. Because 10 points, at least, let's even say out of 10 games, you're able to get like 5. You know that okay, you're building something.
The only
But
game I see them getting a point, maybe West Ham or
so
Nottingham Forest.
because I don't think I've ever seen someone have 2 points as at the end of the year.
This is ridiculous. It'll be hard for them to get to that 10 points at the rate at which they are going.
Because what is the point in you putting a struggle against Arsenal, right? You put in your whole effort against lost to Man. You put in your effort against Arsenal, and then the next week you just lie down low. I don't even think even a Sam Allardyce can do a job at this point. But anyway, but then again, this is Liverpool. Maybe
Maybe they will do Christmas for Wolves.
maybe they'll do Christmas for Wolves.
You never know.
You never know. There's no Mo Salah now that Liverpool blame us. So
I'm just glad I survived my Wolves test because that game was very blurry. I couldn't understand. We're dominating
you see,
and we could not score. The same thing happened against Crystal Palace.
I hate that kind of thing because the narration is why is it that when it's my own turn, when you play this, you allow them. When you play this,
Score 4 goals.
when is that
my turn?
my own
It's
turn?
struggle.
And it is so, I tell you that if Arsenal had drawn that game, it would have been so painful for them, even
Not just that, it would have destroyed the psyche of that team. Because how can you go? Listen. I'm going to look at all the matches. See, it's all red. So now it's not draw. There's no draw there except the draw they got September. They drew to Tottenham and they drew to Brighton. And then since then, they've lost to practically everyone. Burnley beats them at home. Burnley. Chelsea, Fulham beats them 3-0. Chelsea beat them 3-0. Crystal Palace 2-0. Villa beat them. Nottingham Forest beat them. Man U beats them 4-1. Then it now turned to my own turn. Everybody was beating them 0-0-0-0.
So, but yeah, anyway, I hope, because as I said, Rob Edwards, the manager, I said, it's not every job that you see. See, don't believe you're a miracle worker. See, in football, there's no miracle.
Well, if he doesn't try, he won't know now. So now that he has tried, he will know.
They got this manager last season, Victor Pereira. He came in, he saved them. What happened? They sacked him.
They thought they were smarter. That almost happened to your Nottingham Forest brothers. Whoa, they should have left, what's his name, in charge. By now, they will be on 7 points or 5 points with
but,
Wolves.
but anyways, to round up today, uh, Chelsea
Chelsea,
versus
Aston
Aston
Villa.
Villa. It's not a straightforward game for Chelsea, but Chelsea have a way of getting the result when they can't.
I'm going to call it Chelsea win. I think they win that game.
So you know, someone I was having a call with someone yesterday when Nigeria was playing, and the guy said, "Is Tosin playing for Nigeria?" I said, "What's the difference between Tosin and Shemi Ajayi?"
Um,
That
they have the same physique. They run the same way. They make the
I said,
same decisions. They
I
are
said,
both horrible
I, I
defenders.
said the only difference is Shemi Ajayi will be loved because he was humble to say, "I want to play for Nigeria." He didn't even argue. They didn't even beg him. He said, "I want to
Yes.
come."
Mhm.
There was a point they were begging Tosin.
Because he was feeling like one big time central
Yeah,
defender.
like I said, Shemi just came, and Shemi has been. The truth is, Shemi has been consistent at his level. We know what he is. We know what he
We
is.
know what to expect.
We know what to expect.
It
It's
doesn't
like
go up, it doesn't go
he
down.
doesn't go up, he doesn't go down, and he's not committing errors like that. We already, if he commits errors, say, yeah, Shemi Ajayi, we're not complaining. But Chelsea have a defense that you don't know who, even Cucurella, that it's Cuckoo that used to be the man. Cuckoo is looking, he's, he's
He's
looking
looking like
confused.
Kukuruku now.
And the funny thing is, you don't know who is coming. If you bring in Fofana is going to do something. You bring in Badashid, he's going to do something. You bring in Tosin. I know you were talking about Arsenal having a lot of combination. I think we need to see the amount of combinations Chelsea have had this season.
Yeah, well, maybe not as many as Arsenal. The only issue they've had is in central defense.
Central defense,
They've
yes.
always had Gusto playing or James, and Cucurella has played. Arsenal has come to a place where the full back four
No,
completely
but at
different.
least at least your back four is still able to give you something.
Yeah, I know.
Chelsea's back four, you're like, there's one error or something. I go back to the goal that uh Atalanta, the second goal. Cucurella they were backing off, and the guy just walked and took the shot. And I'm wondering what's going on. And
Even
sometimes
with Cucurella, Jacob Murphy, he turned Jacob Murphy into
it don't take, yeah.
prime David Beckham the other day.
So this is the thing. Chelsea are having, and I like this guy, Andre Santos. I think if he gets a run of games to build his confidence, I think there's a player in there.
I wonder why.
I think there's a player in there.
Why does he keep playing James in the middle of the park?
So it's hard for him, but he has actually been doing fine.
I think he's wasted there. I'm not saying he's not doing fine, but I think he's wasted because see, there's something James offers out there on the wings.
Yes, that
Those passes,
that
those crosses.
oh man, I looked at his goal. I was his goal, his free kick.
Yeah.
I was like, this is James. I think they are trying to manage him because James is always one arm string away from injury. And I think James too is also playing. See, some of these players are also scammers. I know them. You see James and Luke Shaw, you can see their feet now. World Cup is coming.
But
come summer, they will start holding the hamstring. But honestly, I don't think he has been playing badly. And I think I know why. Enzo, I think Chelsea fans are now beginning to see Enzo for who he is. Enzo Fernandez, I think what Enzo Fernandez is good for is just crashing the box and scoring that cutback goal.
It doesn't contribute anything else.
It doesn't
I don't care
contribute
what anybody
anything else.
tells me. Even that one is a lot of luck involved because
It
he's
doesn't
just there
contribute.
causing
It
chaos in the box.
doesn't contribute anything else.
It doesn't contribute to anything else.
They are suffering up front because even Chelsea fans are willing to say, Jackson, I'm sorry. Jackson scored 2 goals yesterday for Senegal. Though he
And
missed
he's been
one.
getting games with Bayern too.
Oh, and he's been scoring. Yeah, he has probably scored maybe 4 or 5 goals.
Yeah.
And I watched him again, and I watched him for Senegal. He still misses the Jackson chance that he will miss, but he still gets that Jackson goal. But anyways, going into this game, I think I'm actually going for Villa to get something out of this match
You think they
because
will?
I think Villa are very patient and they're having a very consistent team. Matikash, Konsa, Pau Torres, those guys are doing very well. Kamara in the midfield, Onana, Tillemans. I think they're going to get the opportunity and they're going to take. I'm tipping Villa to win this game 2-1.
I don't think so. I'm going to tip Chelsea to win this game. I think the so from looking at from from looking at Villa play, they still
Yeah,
concede a lot of chances.
they do.
They do, and with Palmer getting close to form again, I'm not sure they will be able to withstand that. I'm not sure they will be able to withstand that. Jackson already has 3 goals for Bayern.
Yeah, 3 goals. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
some of them they've been from the bench or
yeah, he's doing
maybe
it
in the
from the
cup
bench, considering the fact that he's not even starting and all that. That's not bad. That's a good return.
compared to Dilap and
And this was Dilap is actually even useless. That one is very useless. I don't know. He should be a fighter. We went to buy a fighter to.
so I think players. So would you agree with me that I think one of Yokore's challenges is the pressure he's putting on himself?
Did you agree with me that one of Sesko's challenges is pressure he's putting on himself?
So the reason why I'm saying that is
Do you know why I asked you that question?
I agree.
I don't think these players put pressure on themselves. I think these players actually feel that they can do whatever they want to do. See, if you drop Victor Gyökeres in Villa, he would have scored more than he has scored now. If you drop him in Newcastle, he would have scored more than he has scored now.
So the reason why I
And you
made that
start now
statement,
wondering, you will now be asking yourself,
what
what's
exactly
going
is the
on?
problem?
Is it that it's this level? No. The problem is that we dominate the ball so much and it is slow and methodical.
That's true. Yeah, you're
It
correct
is so slow.
because
That's
the
the
reason why
challenge.
the reason why I brought up that question was I looked at Cunha for the example, right? He was playing badly, trying so much that he wants to score. The moment he scored, his game changed.
Yes. So I think Cunha's problem, number
Then he
one,
started
is
putting the pressure on himself again. Then he
no,
scored. Then the
I
pressure left
no, I
again.
think Cunha's problem again is a system. Cunha comes from deep with Wolves, if you remember.
Yes, he likes to take the ball and make
Or most of the time, because Tesco wasn't playing well, you guys started using Cunha as a focal point.
as a focal. Yes,
So he messed with his game. And then a lot of your attack was also dependent on Ahmad
on
and Mbeumo on
Anobuemo.
that side.
Yes,
So when Bruno or the other guys get the ball, they focused more on those guys,
on those right,
right?
which isolated him.
Which
Yeah.
isolated him a bit. So that messed with his game a bit, in my opinion. I think Cunha's best position actually is where Bruno is playing.
I think so as well. I think he can actually play that middle role.
Middle road. That's his position, really.
I have a feeling he can, but the only thing is he needs someone to clean up for him.
Yes, someone has to clean up for him.
Someone
He
has to
needs
clean up
workers
for him.
around him. He
Yes.
needs workers.
So
And
if
then
he
he
had,
can go and do whatever he
he
does.
can do what because he's more of a maverick. He's more
Yeah.
of someone that takes the ball.
I
And
think
when you're playing,
he will come good for United.
I
In
think,
long
and
run.
when you're
But you
playing,
also need to realize that he's now playing in a different system.
oh
Players
no,
don't
no, no,
adapt.
no, 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 I'm not disputing that. But what I was saying is, I think he didn't allow himself to just
Yeah.
just play the game. He was, and it's sad
It's
when
easy for you to be
Mbeumo,
saying this. The old players didn't have to struggle with social media when somebody is counting 007 for them. When you turn on Twitter in the morning and you see 007, you ask yourself that,
that is
I
why I
need to
keep on
score
telling
today.
people. I listen to some things. I said some of you need to understand what goes on in the game now. It's different. That if there was social media, the truth is Sir Alex would have been what they would have said to Sir Alex would have been rotten.
Ah,
Because once you see some of the decisions Alex used to make, he will be cussed out.
Let me tell you, Roy Keane would
Arsene
not have
Wenger,
survived at the highest level if there was social media. The noise would have been so much that
Arsene,
referees would have been giving him more red cards.
Arsene Wenger escaped at the start of social media.
Yeah, it took off.
He took
It would
off
have finished him.
because what Arsene Wenger would have been faced would have already we were already facing on the newspaper. You cannot win with kids. He already faced that, but he still managed it because the players, in fact, a lot of those players Arsene Wenger had and Man United had. Oh my goodness, the kind of criticism those guys would have been facing
Yes,
today.
and you think they don't see, they see.
No,
Even
no,
if
they
the
see,
coaches are not seeing, the owners of the club will see.
they
And
see
the
it,
pressure will get to them.
they see it. If you look at some of what those players and what they used to face, I mean, look at what is variable. But if you were looking at the likes of Matty, they would have faced criticism. That's why it's easier for them now to sit down on the sofa and say whatever they want to say. Karaga is lucky now that what he's having now is old clips. But his tapes we are playing. If Karaga was then in social media,
We probably have ended up in Sunderland because the
I'm,
way Liverpool fans would have been screaming down the social media after the second, third own goal, you would have ended up in Sunderland. Anyway, I think this is a good spot
anyway,
to end.
it's a good place to end it. And Merry Christmas to everyone, guys. We are
Yeah,
back now fully, and hopefully would get more content to you guys. You know, it's
yeah.
football. It's football. We love it.
We'll touch a bit on the Nations Cup as well as it
Yes,
progresses. You
the
know,
Super Eagles,
yeah, there's
and they,
nothing super about them. They struggled against ordinary Tanzania, but it's okay. We'll touch on them as well.
we'll touch on it because I know Cora will be excited to talk about Super Eagles. You know,
Yeah.
those of us that are supporting Super Eagles, and
There's
those for
nothing.
those,
There's nothing to support. I'm
I just want to
supporting.
know for those that are not supporting, when we win the AFCON, please do
I'm
not come and celebrate with us.
I'm going to wear the jersey when we win.
Please do not come and no.
I'm
Please do not
supporting
come and celebrate.
Senegal and Morocco to
Ah,
represent us well.
these are the issues. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate you guys coming on, taking your time to listen. Merry Christmas and see you. I
Yes,
think
Merry
that's the
Christmas.
review next week. Merry
Hey,
Christmas.
have
Thank you.